Probably is one of the most important diseases of human history.
It had a great impact across several millennia. You could lose tens of millions of people.
And it's the Black Death.
This is the plague.
With a capital T on the.
We have plague in Arizona, and so it's of interest to the ecologist here.
If there's a hot spot for human plague in the United States, it's the Four Corners region.
We're kind of like molecular genealogists. We try to reconstruct the family tree of plague. The one that occurred during the Middle Ages, or what we call the Black Death, you can see the direct extension or the direct ancestry of that plague in what we see here in Arizona today.
Plague is a disease of rodents and their fleas. By far, most human cases are from a flea bite. The reason it's so deadly is it has evolved to transmit between a rodent and a flea. If you think about the tiny blood meal that a flea can take, it's just a very small amount. And so what that means is the blood of that infected rodent has to be just packed with Yersinia pestis, the bacterium that causes plague. So it cycles back and forth between rodents and fleas like that. So most people get exposed via flea bite, typically on your ankle if your legs are exposed, or on a wrist. It gets in the bloodstream and causes this huge bacteremia. And eventually what it's going to do is it's just going to kill you.
It's a very treatable disease if it's treated in a timely fashion.
Almost any antibiotic will kill it. Throughout the western United States, there's just a handful of cases every year, a handful of human cases.
We think that the bacterium that we see today could have caused that same type of disease, that same type of catastrophe that we saw in the Middle Ages.
And what's changed is how we react to it.
It's really our healthcare system, our public health, and the way that we deal with disease that makes the difference.
And the other thing that's changed is human hygiene. Back during the major pandemics, we probably had huge rat populations in our cities just because of the way we lived and treated sewage and things like that. And so improving hygiene in cities has drastically reduced rat populations. And so those two things make another pandemic highly unlikely.
And these are events that affected who we are and where we're at today. And so I think that it has a special quality to it that intrigues scientists and the general citizens alike.